Hello, hello, this is Chris of Rock. I'm all rusty. I haven't been here in like 3 days. And I don't know why my Twitch stream manager is in French. That's really weird. Super happy to be back, guys. What a week. What a week. I could probably nap right now, but we gotta do this. It's really weird. Where were we with all that? Oh yeah. I had like 2 more challenges, but today we're not doing this. In terms of hunting grounds, this done. Yeah, 2 more, and this one they can be long. So I'm just gonna mainline this baby today. I got new weapons. Okay, now it's all screwed up. Never mind. The game just wants me to stop looking at the menu and go save the world, which is what we're gonna do. Let's go talk to Gaia. Let's flippity flip this. Okay.
Welcome back.
There we go. More data for the dome.
Yay.
I'm back, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy. What would you like to discuss?
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
Connections in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right? In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too. Mine as well.
Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off. Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Imperative escape containment. Applying countermeasures.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go.
Capture imminent. Initiating contingency 13F.
Wait, what's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Engage. Autonomous defenses. Directive. Neutralize.
That means machines are on their way. Get ready.
Here they come! They're onto us! Aloy, here's some ammo! Whoa! Use an acid! Stay back!
Aloy? Help!
Get back! Over here, you! Got this one lined up! Aloy, need a hand over here!
It's really angry!
Right away from Beta! I got this one!
Aloy!
Stay back!
Aloy?
Get back! Keep with those weak spots! Over here, you! Can you use the weapon from the machine? Aloy, need a hand over here!
Hey, Asta. How's it going?
It's really angry!
Draw it away from Beta! Come on! I can fight!
That's all of them for now. You two okay?
Still breathing.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here.
Fine, how about
I'll
you?
get the
I'm
crack-
good, I'm good. Very good, thanks. I'm glad to be back. I skipped 2 streams. It was an intense work week.
I'll get the cracked core fixed in the meantime. Keep her safe.
Perfect. How's been how's your week? Has been how was your week?
You don't, Hephaestus. I'll find another way over.
I've been watch people die compilation. What is that? Are you literally watching people die? Like this? So what is it about? When people screw up something, okay. That's funny. So how am I supposed to go there?
How to reach the other side?
It's really weird. That wasn't smooth.
I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there's a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there. It's some kind of production chamber. Festus is up to something, all right?
What kind of machine is it trying to build?
I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I think those metal carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from.
I bet that's where Festus is hiding too.
Follow the conveyors. Alright.
I gotta find where Festus is hiding. Looks like there are a couple of ways I could go.
Aloy, I've managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked.
Fabrice.
Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix
Cheers,
it.
Fabrice.
Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connect it to...
The power node. I think that could work.
I think it could.
Sorry, I don't know Electroboom.
Should be able to catch a ride on one of those metal carriers. Just a little...
Breeze in the house. Breeze in the house.
There should be a node you can override. Near the central platform.
Thanks. I should tell
Does he fail a lot? A million subscribers.
Down it goes.
I need to find a way up there. Kill some more machines.
Oh, great. More machines on the way. Beta! Festus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas?
I'll see what I can do.
That machine doesn't look in good shape.
I got them all.
I tapped into the core's network hub. I managed to disrupt Hephaestus' control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice. Thanks.
Increase incendiary loadout by 45%.
Hey, Epic. How are you? Very good to see you. Thank you in person for your amazing drawing. It's really cool. Something to pick up here.
Prepare materials well 458. Caster 1-1.
It sounds like it fled to another chamber.
Well, it better not get comfortable.
Energy containment failed. Safe over.
Great. Festus covered the floor with lightning.
I can adjust the beard a bit if you like.
Aloy, more
I seem a
machines
lot
keep
more
coming.
symmetrical
Please tell me
than
you're
your
getting
older
close.
pick.
I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of...
Darker up top, grayer underneath.
machines on my side, too.
I'm not sure what you mean about
Aloy,
symmetrical.
I'm making
It's really up
progress
to
on the
you. I
bypass,
find
but
it looks
I need something
perfect.
to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine carcasses?
Right? Or some luminous braiding.
And you could reinforce it with a conversion cylinder.
For increased connectivity. I think we can do this, Aloy.
Might be able to catch a ride on the rail. Go over the shield.
I'll just leave it then if you like the way it's, yeah, it's insane. So tell me, did you draw it and then scan it and then played with it, or you drew something and then you redid it on the computer? How does that work? Because you started with a pen and paper drawing. It's really interesting.
Got it.
I sketched it, took a photo on my phone, then took that into Clip Studio Paint and did a vector linear, then used that linear to color. clips to you, Frank. Well, you're very talented, sir. I showed all my kids. I showed a couple coworkers. One coworker said you were very generous with the dark hair. I said he probably didn't want to insult me.
Oh, here we go again.
That doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
God, I just died. I'm just obsessed with scanning everything before killing it, just in case it's a new beast. This one's dead. But my fully upgraded legendary bow really helps. I was looking at older photos using the ones to avatar here, and in the preview image is for the design of the work you gave. What's my avatar? That's good, because you know the pic I took for the avatar in Twitch is super recent. It's like maybe 6 months old. So is the other one. So the thing is that if I look straight at a camera, like that's the only black part of my hair. So like if I take a picture even today from straight front, it's not that gray. As soon as I turn around or I like all here, so I just have like a black toupee. So it and I think toupee in English means a wig, so I shouldn't use that, but in French it's just that part. All that work, yeah. Oh man, tell me about it. It was a big week, dude. It was a big week. There's just not enough time in a day. It's crazy. I like not only did I what I'll do, I'll make an adjustment and send you alternative, let you choose whatever you prefer. All right, man. I just really like do it for fun. I don't know how to thank you enough. Like I don't want you to spend any more time if you don't feel like it. All right. So yeah, I skipped 2 streams and 2 runs, like my interval runs. So my weekend is packed, and like last night, guys, I am the worst manual worker ever, and I did some we got it got me drawing, so anything that got me drawing was worth doing. Nice, epic. That's really cool. Cheers, Fabrice. Mm. So I we got this new TV, the same that's in my bedroom. We got another one just a bit bigger for the living room, and those TVs are super cool because they stick to the wall like a frame. Uh, the TV is actually called the frame, and it's like a gapless installation. It's really like a frame. So there's no space to like plug in your HDMI stuff and everything. It's all just one tiny little wire that goes down, and then you have this box that's hidden in furniture that you plug all your stuff in. But this little wire has to go in the wall for it to really look like a frame. You can put it on the wall. It's like a small gray transparent-ish um, wire, but we like it clean. It's just that it was an exterior wall, so it was quite a bit of work last night. Like Thursday night, I set it all up. Friday, I had some like professional guy just come in and confirm that my game plan was okay. He said it was fine, so went to like a Home Depot, got some stuff, and yesterday did that for like a couple hours. Like I had to make holes and put some isolation back and everything. It was something big, and I think it's gonna look nice. But for me, like after like yesterday, just going to the Home Depot, I was like dead. Like my week was so crazy, and last night had to work on that. But it's gonna look really really cool. I can't wait for the family and I to watch a movie on it. And as is tradition, we're gonna watch the second half of um, uh, I'm blanking. Endgame, Avengers Endgame. We like this big fighting scene and everything. Like that second half is insane, and we've watched it like 20 times. So that's what we're gonna watch on the new TV. But today, like I had to do some plaster patches yesterday. Yeah, it's cool, but it's not rewatching nice. It's cool, but it's not my strength at all, you know? Does this count as a scan? Stop moving.
Once is enough. That's all.
There. Node access restored. Now you can override it.
So which movie have you been watching again?
Increase power output by 70%. Construction Bay 1.
Okay. Festus is running out of places to hide.
Aloy? I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
Shit, Festus was building. It must have finished it.
It's powerful. Whatever it is. I'm almost done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I can distract the machine if...
No, later. Just stay where you are, okay? Handling the machine's my job.
Okay. Be safe.
I should scan it first.
Other spine.
Some lights are low. I think it's charging us. Finish charging. Covered in plasma.
I love that song. Yeah, boy.
He got plasma on me. It's gonna explode any second. Maybe one of my potions can help.
Okay. Boom.
It's charging up again. Maybe turn.
You're going down. I'm having to burn.
It's done.
You did it! There should be one more node to override.
Good. Stand by. I'm sending Hephaestus back to you.
Have you played any Lego Star Wars? I don't know the name.
This one's gonna have extra.
It's not Star Wars Saga. It's something else.
No more hiding, Hephaestus!
Got it! Hephaestus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
And then we can start the merge.
Because of you, Beta. I'm glad you came along.
Because of you.
And you, Varl. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
Right back at you, Aloy.
The bypass. The core is stable. Hephaestus is 100% contained.
What?
Now we better get started with the merge. It's all set up. Gaia, establish the link, please.
Done.
There's some sound coming out of the controller.
Okay, to complete the merge, we need to excise Hephaestus' malicious code. Carefully.
Aloy seems a bit out of depth. Go girls. You can do this. I don't know, I see a lot of red.
Aloy, look!
Booyah.
Well, hello, redundant copy. You cost us quite a lot of time.
Hey, no worries, Epic. Welcome back.
Eric, get Beta. And squash that bug while you're at it.
Ooh! Get behind me.
Come on, quit screwing around.
Now we're having fun, right?
No. Oh man, she really didn't want that.
Finally. Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport. Tilda!
I failed.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing? Stop her!
I can't even see her!
What was that?
Beta. Varl. Where am I?
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great...
Because, heaven forbid, a black guy survived to the end of something. Is that a thing? the main actor that I feel always dies is a white guy in, you know, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings.
Great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Mm-hmm.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast. Okay.
You see it everywhere. The black guy dies first. Or new interlude. All that remains. The black guy dies first, or he doesn't. If he doesn't, it's still bound to happen. Such a cliche at this point.
What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art. Or the insight we might gain.
This looks
Done so soon.
familiar.
I've got more important things to worry about.
We both do. There is much we are trying to save. Not the least of which is in that vault. There's nothing wrong
Rembrandt's
with
The
savoring
Night
such
Watch,
treasures. By far, the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen.
It's interesting. I've never really noticed that.
But not as influential as you've been in this new world.
I'm not saying the team are being racists, but it's so common people barely even see it anymore, but I see it, and it sucks.
Selene and Endymion. She's the goddess of the moon, whereas he's a simple shepherd.
I'm trying to
Beside her
think
is the
of
god love.
other examples, Epic.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Selene's undying infatuation with
I
him.
really don't want to come off
Though the
as
two must
insensitive
remain
to it.
apart, her love will forever burn.
I really, really care about diversity and equity. Like truly, truly care, man.
My favorite pairing
Just
on the left
help a
is
brother out.
woman reading a
Tell me
letter
about
by
examples.
Vermeer, a true master. And on the right is a forgery. Woman reading music, which fooled experts
Well, I
into
guess-
believing it was a priceless original.
And
Early
careful
in my
for
career, I
spoilers,
became
guys. But
fascinated
I
with
guess
such deceptions.
the
Eventually, I developed
first
scanning
season
software
of the
that
Walking
could
Dead
detect
video
fakes
game.
with unparalleled accuracy.
Is that how you made enough money to buy your way onto the Odyssey?
Top of my head either,
Oh, no.
but keep an eye open.
I made my real
Alright,
fortune later.
thanks, man. I will.
Why do you keep the forgery?
I've always enjoyed studying the two side by side. Both painters capture light, color, and perspective. But what makes one a masterpiece and the other simply an imitation?
The forgery looks sharper.
Good eye. The details are crisp. The contrast bold. It tells us more, and yet we feel less. This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits. A portrait of the painter, Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted in the habit of a monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys.
Okay, I'm
The
kind of
face
over
is
this.
bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with misfortune. And the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
I guess I understand how the painter feels.
Hey, Topaz!
The militia.
How's it going,
look
Topaz?
disorganized.
Where others painted such scenes in a stiff and stationary manner, Rembrandt chose to show them in action, preparing to march. He wanted them to feel alive. You can almost hear the commotion.
I'm tired, but good. It was a big week.
The Gust, by Willem van de Velde, the most famous of his many maritime paintings.
A ship crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is
Family
why I
weekend,
appreciate
yay.
this composition in particular.
True, true.
Though waves and wind
Thank you for the
threaten to
link,
destroy the
Epic. I'll
ship,
check it out.
it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it.
Ah, part of me just want the little check mark. I check these. Maybe the second one.
What's in the letter?
Who can say? What
This
does the painting
Muslim.
tell you?
This museum is awesome.
Concern?
This game is educational. Museum.
Whatever's written in the
Yeah,
paper
I read like Muslim.
A burden she can't put down.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Why go through so much effort to make a fake masterpiece?
The forger initially painted under his own name, but found little success. His work was considered unremarkable. But when he took on the guise of Vermeer, suddenly it was celebrated as
Typos. No.
extraordinary.
But it was a
I
lie,
could have read that correctly.
and he knew it.
Like it made more sense.
Sometimes we struggle
to
to
think
glean what is real
museum.
and imagined, even within ourselves.
Okay, I think I looked at them all now. Should I look at the sculptures too? Examine the art.
She's pulling out her own hair. Out of madness, out of grief. It's hard to watch her suffer. A lot of weight on his shoulders. I know the feeling.
She's pulling out the hair because she was playing Dark Souls. Yep. Probably. Okay, I feel like I look at the art. At all of it. Now it's just messing with me. What? How are you, Cloud? How are you? Super happy to see you. I'm making a progress in Dark Souls 2, so I'm happy so far. How about you? Thank you so much for the sub, Cloud. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have a little surprise for you guys, which Epic knows about.
Stunning, isn't it?
Um,
Paintings weren't the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Van Vianen's leaded ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
and I
How
think
like
you'll
Elizabeth
get a
you
kick
are.
out of it, Cloud.
Function over form.
There's especially
Its
one that
practical purpose was less important than
I
its
thought
meaning.
about you and the
Van
other
Vianen created it in honor of
ones
his
that
late
like the
mother,
accent
who
redeem.
himself was a famous silversmith.
It's just it was a crazy
Yes.
week, so I did
Such
not have
beauty
time.
from sorrow.
Yay! I examined all the art. Fine, thanks Topaz. Almost done with Kirby. There's post game super hard world in Kirby, so I'm streaming through that. Then I might do Ghostwire Tokyo. Tell me how you like it, Ghostwire. It looks super interesting. Just want to say hi. Have a bad headache. Oh no. What's the surprise? All right, have some Tylenol, hydration, and a good sleep, and you'll be fine. Let me try to show it all in one go without breaking my computer. Yeah, Ghostwire seems really cute. So this is, I just got the final stuff. Okay, it's over here. It's a horror game. All right, check it out. Chris the Rock new official logo by Bristol Lamos, who hung out here with us a little bit. I'm sure some of you remember her. Check it out. Here you go. So that's for the logo. And I got some new emotes done. And the one I was talking about for the accent, sorry, my computer is extremely slow, so it's gonna take a second. But look at this one. We'll have an accent logo, emote. And then icing on the cake, yeah, with that little hat and the bread. But I wanted it to just say accent so that we can use it on your channel as well, Cloud, for your accent redeems. And then icing on the cake. Now, my computer is not gonna like me. Check out what Epic drew, which is just really cool. Like, isn't he talented? He's really good, huh? Like, I love it. Yeah, he's really talented. So I'll be slowly next week transferring all those avatar logo and emotes and pepper them through my profile. Thank you so much, Epic and Bristow. Yeah. So a little rebranding thanks to Epic and Bristow. Perfectly timed for my extra live stream that's coming up in about a month. Yeah, I couldn't believe, like, he drew something, it was really nice, pen and paper, like really talented, and then he turned it into this amazing avatar. So yeah, I'm sorry you have a headache, but I couldn't wait to show you guys all this awesome stuff. Thank you, Topaz.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
Her place is awesome.
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen
Incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life. A 1,000 years at my back, and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down.
All right, good little stopping point to catch up with chat. Sorry about this, guys. I'm so glad I saw it. Thank you for sharing. Always excited to hear about stream developments. I haven't drawn anything in about a year, so it was a bit rusty. Dude, you are amazing, even if rusty. You got mad skills, epic. Okay, thanks. That's amazing, honestly. Would you do art streams or just stick to games? The graphics, wow. I did 1 or 2 art streams, but nobody came, so you'll need to keep doing it. Usually people will come later on. I'll support whichever you decide, whichever you'd be happier doing, Epic. I'll rest my eyes for now, but I have your stream open, Chris. Take care, Cloud. Have a great one. Thank you so much, Cloud, for coming by. I really hope you'll feel better soon. Very, very soon. If you can stop saying nice things to me, I'd appreciate it. Lol. Makes me uncomfortable. All right, we're done. We're done. We're done. But we love you.
There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do.
I just want to point out something that doesn't make sense here. It's bothering me. Spit and kick me in the ribs a little to make up for it. We've never seen Aloy eat. She has burned 150,000 calories killing machines. And she goes for the apple and some coffee. This makes no sense. This makes no sense. Any crazy soldier like that would go for carbs at this point. Just want to point it out. I absolutely do not trust her. She shouldn't work with Aloy. I like to be naive. So she may break my trust later in the game. Epic, you'll be able to tell me I told you so, and that'll be that.
And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of...
You're talking about Aloy. She shouldn't work with... Aloy's not evil,
this
come
world,
on.
uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Yeah. Regala and her rebels.
Even now she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields.
Gerard Butler.
Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Well, start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
This
So you
never
didn't
ends.
know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were, certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality.
If anything, you're
They
like
built a
her.
colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with
Topaz, she's over 1,000 years old.
suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes, though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
Well, she felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
Yeah.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
If every mission, like I'm loving this, so can't complain. But if every mission has this much dialogue, it's not gonna take 4 hours. It's gonna take like 8 to wrap up. So hopefully the spoiler cast is not before like Tuesday night, so I can have 2 more streams because tomorrow I'll be running. Hopefully we can roll the credits by Tuesday.
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation, a passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
I just don't know if they're now in control of Gaia. Is she gonna be on our side when she sees us, or was she brainwashed? How does that work?
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus.
The ones working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it and the Tanakh army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hikaru and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zenith?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hikaru.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside. So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And more. Your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
Weaponized air.
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not
What
exactly.
does aloof mean?
It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life. Not just
Not friendly or forthcoming, cool and distant.
follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And
Thank
I
you,
wanted
Epic.
to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy.
It is, right, Topaz?
But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was
But it's I feel like it's natural. Thank you, Google, for you know, for someone that has played the first game and has played this, like for sure, if you come in a stream and you stumble, look, why? Thank you so much for the bits, Topaz. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, so it's natural that if you're Aloy, you meet this 1,000-year-old woman. She's got a lot of answers. You would for the new emotes and future look. Thank you.
It's as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling.
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I don't think so. Like I want to find a right place for all that new stuff. It's a good question. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it's weird to say, but I don't know where like what's all the available places and how often they show up. But I want to use both for sure. So yeah, one would probably be in my avatar and the other in my like starting soon and be right back screens, I would say. Something like that. And I want to put them in my schedule. Like when I stop the stream and on my pinned Twitter and also in my info page, there's my schedule. So I want to put one of them there. And in my banner, I think right now I just have like the GMG stream team in my banner. So I'll put it there. So yeah, I'll pepper them everywhere and find the right balance because I do like both. Hey, thanks for the lurk, Topaz. I appreciate it.
First Varl, now Hikaru and the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe.
Thanks, Epic.
There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tanakh survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it. What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra protection for long. You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise, okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
Then I think it can be done.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
GG, sis.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister. Will be Silent's only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenat. The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring Silence to the table.
Not if. When. Erend, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Right, alright. I'll get up a little.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
I find funny how, like, it's been 2 games, almost 200 hours, and you're rooting for the new lady.
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey! Can't I get 1 damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regala is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
Katalo's right. We must fight.
Oh, all right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regala's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that. So...
After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith, Eric...
The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... at least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first, we're going to stop Regala.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regala's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go. Stand with Hikaru. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true.
99.9% joking. It's clear when Silent and Tilda will team up to betray Aloy. I just don't think Aloy is a good character though. So that's what you think's gonna happen,
The
huh?
rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it.
I kind of trust Tilda. I don't trust Silence.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
A word in private, huh?
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good.
We all are? There's like 2
Before I
of
do
them.
Anything else, I should check on Zoe. It sounded important.
Talk to Zoe.
Rain once again.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that pretty? She's posing. That's awesome.
Over here, Aloy.
As clear as day. There's no reason they'd have Aloy whisper to Beta if Tilda was truly on her side.
We would come out here to tend to the garden. Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here. Now he can always look out at Plains Zone and further east to the Nora Sacred Lands.
He would have liked that.
He often spoke of his sister, Vala. He said she used to gather her favorite golden blooms and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Vala was stubborn.
Yeah, she seemed like that.
It wasn't easy. But I tracked down the flower. Gathered its seeds. As verdant limbs wither, roots rot in snow, still the sea rises as certain as stone. From death follows new life. So it is with the land. And so it is with us.
Are you serious?
I'm with child, Aloy. I was going to tell him when he got back from Gemini. Instead, one day, I'll bring our child here. We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise.
I never got to tell him. To thank him. For saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on me.
He always knew.
I'm a bit
Goodbye,
corny here. I enjoy it all.
I promise to look after them.
Black dude dies, leaves girl who's pregnant, who hadn't told him yet.
I'll try to visit again when I can. But for now, I need to go to the fabrication terminal to install the new override on my spear.
Sit with Varro.
I'll use it on a sunwing and get ready for an entrance Regala will never forget.
Farewell. Craft the Sunwing override. Alright, alright. Let's go do that. Let's press on. It's already been 2 hours and we're still haven't done much more than just the Gemini mission. And I'm sure you guys have 2 more hours of dialogue.
When you have the time.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Might be a way to deal with
I can't really.
Yeah, beating the crap out of me.
I've got so many new
I'm all for it.
upgrades. Okay. We need to make this. Craft override. Okay. I'm missing some stuff, but I'll do the cleanup after.
Override installed. Now to find a sunwing. I think there are some roosting at the top of the mountain.
Sorry guys, I'd love to chat, but I somehow need to really wrap this up.
Okay, I need to find a sunwing to override. Better head up the mountain. Good. There's sunwings up here. We'll have to approach them quietly.
They're all like having their back conveniently.
Got it.
That's it.
This is it. I'm in the air.
Luckily, you're nearly finished with Arkham City, so it should be 1 or 2 more streams. Yeah, for sure. For sure, because we're already like April 9th. So I'm not too worried. I don't know about Arkham Knight, like how long it is. Can I beat Arkham Knight in 2 weeks? Or in like... can I beat Arkham Knight in 20 hours? I don't know. I'll mainline it for sure, like Arkham City. Oh, I didn't know you could fly in this game. How cool is that? Perform a barrel roll. Tap.
Whoa!
What?
Head rush. Hilda, I'm in the air.
Then you'll want to pick up.
You should just plow through the main story and do side stuff if you need to level up more. Okay.
An energy cell on one of the ancient Horus Titans. But
How
first
does
you
it
must
work?
send out a pulse to activate them.
How do I
I've sent you the
ascend?
necessary software. To deploy it, you'll have to override one of the communication machines you refer to as Tollnet.
I'm stuck in a tree.
There's one in the middle of the desert that should do nicely.
On it.
Okay. Why can't I just fly above? Fly to the Tallneck. It's not like I'm doing something wrong, but it's not.
Arrowhand. You can see the whole village from up here. Maybe I should check in on it after I've dealt with Regala.
It's not like swimming. I'm really sorry, guys. I am not good at this. Ah. Just go down. I don't think they expected you to dive low to the ground. That's the thing, though. I don't know how I dove down. Like the camera. Is that it? Like they don't tell you what the controls are. Okay, so it looks like R1 is going up and R2. I don't know. I feel like they should have given us a like a little tutorial. Like they told us
There's a Tallneck.
how to do barrel rolls. Oh, there you go. To slow down and hover in place, and R1 to ascend. So they tell you the controls after they need you to move out of like a little labyrinth. Thank you very much.
Know how to land this thing.
And I don't get why they can't fly straight. It's either ascend awkwardly or like go down like this with X. Why are you diving all the time? I don't know. I wish I could tell you. Leave me alone. Bro, if you kill my ride... Ah! Stop it. Alright, I need to go in front of it. Okay, it's kind of going up. No, it doesn't work like that. Like, even if I pull down, it's still going down. I have no clue. Oh, actually it is like that, but with the left stick. Ah, thank you so much, Epic. Land.
Made it.
My
Just
bad.
got
My bad, sorry. I kept pushing forward to go forward, and that was dumb. Obviously.
I've overridden the Tallneck.
Good. and the energy cells are now primed.
Thank you,
Simply
Epic.
pick one up on a Horus. The nearest one should be northwest of your position.
Oh,
Dropping
yes,
it
to
on
you.
Regala's machine should produce quite a spectacle.
Thanks for the assist.
I told you, I want to help.
I'm just kidding. I'm not insulted. I know I'm slower than average at gaming. Waste of a cool flying bit. I'm sure there'll be more. Alright. What is that? Tap Sunwing Call to use the Sunwing Call. If you have overridden Sunwing, using Sunwing Call summon to your current position. So this is just another mount basically now that I can use, which is really cool. Gather a Horus energy cell. Alright. So I wish I had understood that from the get-go. It would have been way less awkward.
Regala's rebels. Reinforcements, maybe. Heading for the grove. I hope the colonies knock the people down longer.
You move your character with your left stick wouldn't also make sense. Don't try to understand my weird brain.
There's the energy cell. I want to tighten this back.
I was trying to control it like the swimming.
Got the cell. Now on to the grove. Pulse from Tolmec should have reactivated all the energy cells in the region. I should be able to pick up more from the Horus I fly to.
It's the lights in the cave all over again. Exactly. I'm sorry. Should be interesting.
Morgala's inside. Kara will soon be dead. It's all over, Chaplain.
Nuh-uh.
Here it goes.
Does that put him down, or it switches them to us? Looks like it puts him down.
Is that? It's Aloy. She flies on the wings of the Ten.
Hey, Bristol.
Push through!
I did get your email. I showed everybody. Yeah, EMP. I hope you're good as well. I showed everybody your art. Thanks so much, Bristol.
Now on your knees, and I'll give you the death you didn't.
I just had a really crazy week, so no time to put it. So early next week, I'll change all my stuff for it to show.
Have the spine to give me.
They're down! The machines! All of them! They're down!
What? How's that possible?
Regala! bloodshed. Let's settle this. You and me.
Easy to say when you're atop a machine.
Well, that was just to get your attention. I don't need any help to take you down.
Fine. I accept your challenge. And once I'm done with you, I'll get to finish the slaughter.
We'll see about that.
The duel is set. Let none interfere.
Let's do this.
Well, now they're alert.
No tails behind!
Don't remember the other combos.
I will not be conquered!
Okay, so at least I have a real bow. Let's try to remove your mask. You won't win at this game, Regala.
I'll slit the muscles from your body.
Can I remove your mask? Yeah.
End your misery.
Hey, Bristol. Level 50 Aloy. Level 10 Regala.
You're no challenge.
You're no challenge. Will she somehow remove our build? Yeah, Bristol. I don't know if you can hear me, but as I said, I showed everybody the art. Thank you very much. And then I'll put it up early next week. It's been a crazy week, but thank you so much. It looks awesome.
What's gonna be?
No worries.
Is this all you are?
This is all I am, dude. Blueberries. Cool weapon.
This is where it ends.
Yeah, it is.
I will carve my story into you.
Ooh, that one hurt.
Shut of that.
Hey, you're annoying. Let me shoot you. Defeats boss. Let's all be friends now. You think so? I don't think so. That did nothing to her. I keep missing.
Is this how you give up your life? Come to me.
Okay, okay.
She'll come to you.
She doesn't wanna let me fight her with the spears. Either the boss defiantly fights back to her own rune, does something that backfires. No,
Is your heart beating?
What kind of question is that? Is your heart beating? I'm whooping your butt. Oh ho ho. He's got no more mask.
Take the honor. Live on as a memory.
Triple arrow to the face.
Here I am again, on my knees before bootlets and cowards. Go ahead, run me through.
Shut your mouth, traitor.
It was you who flew in on the wings of the Ten. You who challenged her. By our rights, you must decide her fate. I spared her once. It only made things worse. She was the best of my marshals. What a waste.
She's dangerous, all right. But maybe that's exactly what I need.
Cowards! What more do you have to conspire about?
Whether you live or die. I'm not here to forgive you for your crimes. But there's another battle ahead. Against an enemy more powerful than anything you can imagine. And I need people. A squad. That's willing to do whatever it takes.
I don't want your mercy.
Let's be
It's
friends.
not mercy. The battle I'm talking about will be charging into a nightmare.
A better death than this? Yes. My blood is yours. Your enemies are mine.
Meet us at our stronghold, in the mountains near Plainsong.
You mean to send her alone? Without even an armed guard?
She does not need it.
I will be there. You have my word.
I'll hold you to it.
Chief, There's something you both need to see. In the throne room.
Exactly. I immediately forgot everything we were fighting over. I'll be your arm in battle, Aloy. My queen.
He surrendered to our guards outside the grove. Claims he has an urgent message for the Outlander who defeated Regala.
So, state it.
It's for her
It's the COVID character.
alone. From an interested party.
I'm gonna need some privacy.
Clear the room. Put him with the rest of Regala's soldiers.
I'll see you back at base.
You saved the tribe. Let me help you with your mission.
No. With Regala gone, you have a chance to build the future you dreamed of. So get to your task.
Then at least allow me to give you this. Armor for the battle ahead. May it keep you safe.
Thank you.
Is this FaceTime with silence?
Do you have any idea what you've just done?
What?
Oh, it's a pleasure to see you too, Silence.
Congratulations on your victory. You saved the Tanakh for a few weeks. Unfortunately, you've doomed the entire planet as well.
Wrong. I don't need a Tanakh army to defeat the Zeniths.
Oh, Aloy. Have you learned nothing about the enemy we're up against?
More than you, hiding whatever hole you found. My idea is just better than anything you ever came up with.
Go on.
No, not here. We're doing this my way. Face to face, and with the weapon you've developed.
And why would I agree to that?
Because I'm your only way of beating the Zeniths, and getting the copy of Apollo that's on their ship. So meet me at my base. Mountains west of Plainsong. Time to submit to the inevitable silence and follow the person who actually knows what she's doing. Don't be late. Tilda, you there? I did
That's it.
Silence is on board, so head to my base.
Impressive. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Now that I can
Singularity.
fly, I want to see what else I can do before I head back.
I know y'all want to chat. I'm sorry. I'm kind of in a hurry. I'll be back, I promise. We all know where this is heading.
She flew on the wings of the tent. Actually flew.
Was there like a fire real close? Not really, huh? Okay. Go back to base. We'll do a manual save there because I know Singularity is the second mission out of the only 2 missions. Well, they've got something to say. What are you gonna tell me?
I see you, champion. Sit, please. There's someone in Arrowhand who's been looking for you, champion. Goes by the name of Moralo.
sounded like he had something important to discuss.
I'll try to stop by Arrowhand when I can then.
Aaron. So like that little place and person, basically, because I was wondering about how sometimes you're somewhere and you see an errand or a camp, or you know, there's a lot of stuff that you could never find, and I think that by sitting here every time you discover one more little thing to do. So I guess that's how I'll do a manual save.
Open out there, soldier.
All right. Because, yeah, as I was gonna say, there's only 2 missions in the game where there's a missable enemy to scan, and Singularity is one of them. So I'll have to be careful. That's why I did a manual save.
Hey, Mr. Know-It-All is here. You know, your focus buddy who never smiles. I didn't know what to do with him, so I had him wait in your room.
Got it. Thanks.
Muchas gracias.
Well, Silence. Looks like you finally found a door you could open without me.
I'm glad it's there, actually. It kept me from having to mingle with the company you keep. But enough prattle. I believe you owe me an explanation. Your plans for the Zenith base?
You're right. I do owe you. My spear in your throat for deceiving me again. At the Hades Proving Lab.
I doubt you asked me here for that kind of reckoning.
No. Right now, I need your help. So I'm giving you one final chance. But if you ever betray me again, I will kill you no matter what the circumstance. Understood?
Very well. Though we'll both face a decidedly short future if you can't get us inside that base.
Aloy, your other guest is here. She's, coming to you.
Thanks. Good timing. The truth is, I can't actually get us into the base. But she can.
The company you keep is even worse than I thought.
Not a fan of surprises, are you? Oh, look. That must be your little invention.
Does the weapon work? Without self-destructing?
Of course it does. I've eliminated the imperfections and greatly improved its design and output.
How can we be sure?
Care for a demonstration?
Enough, both of you. We're in this together, at least for now. Go talk to Erend. Tell him I said to give you rooms of your own. I'll come see you when I get a chance.
It's funny how this really
Oh, no. You first.
rickety, amateur looking device will break through super
Get everyone
advanced
in the control room.
defenses.
Tell us what she knows about the Zenith base.
I'm, gonna clean my gear.
Okay. Maybe it's time to get everyone together so Tilda can brief us. But is... Alright, people. I need you up in the control room, right away. Okay, everyone. We all know what's at stake. Beta, Gaia. Not to mention life on Earth. Now, it might seem like the Zeniths are invincible, but they're not. We've got what it takes to break into their base and defeat them. We even have one of them on our side. Tilda, show us the base.
It is constructed atop the ruins of an ancient military facility on an island to the southwest. I can get us inside. To this location, undetected.
How exactly?
You'll know when you need to. Once inside, our goal will be this structure. The launch tower. Gaia and Beta are being held at the top. But along the way, we will face overwhelming resistance. Most importantly from Gerard, Eric, and the others. But also...
Okay, so there's more than two,
I
apparently.
should be able to deal with them. But it will be easier to deploy the device if someone else is carrying it. I'll need a strong back.
Carry stuff? Yeah, I can do that.
Even if your device works, there will still be Spectre drones, scores of them.
If only we had an army to fight them.
I've got that under control. You'll know when you need to. All right. We'll meet up again just before we go in. Where's the best place to rendezvous?
On the coast, just across from the island. Once there, I'll show you the way.
Okay. I'll let you know when I arrive at the rendezvous point. And then you can join me. In the meantime, do whatever you need to prepare. Understood? You two? A minute? Tilda helped me get in touch with Beta, and she told me something important. There's an installation inside the base. It's called a regulator. Here. Once we're inside, I need you two to split off from everyone else and destroy it. So you'll have to bring explosives. This will help stop the drones. Everything depends on it. You with me? After that, I want you to find a way to infiltrate the Zenith network.
How?
Go over all the data that Beta left behind. She knew how to do it, I'm sure of that.
All right. But why? What am I trying to do?
Find information about the Zeniths. Anything Tilda's not telling us. Silence is right about one thing. There's no way we can take her on her word.
I'll do my best.
Keep her safe, okay?
On my life.
Okay. Almost time to go after Beta and Gaia.
What's this one? Oh, too bad.
Might be good to check up on everyone first.
Do we want to do this? I think that would be kind of missable dialogue, though. Let's give it a quick try.
You need something? Bravo. You managed to sway a Zenith to your side. Care to explain?
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. But that's not why you're here. I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask away.
Since when were you so forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game. And as it seems you have found modest success, perhaps I'm willing to be generous.
Okay, so your big plan, everything you've been manipulating for the last few months. Let me see if I got this straight. You learned about the Zeniths from Hades when you interrogated it. Then you came up with a plan to defeat them by using a Tenakth army and that weapon. And to get the Tenakth to fight for you, or rather the Sons of Prometheus, armed Regalla's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or are you still playing catch-up?
So all this time, even before I found the coordinates at the Spire, you were out here scheming. Why couldn't you just tell me?
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I laid out my plans.
Yeah,
I
he
knew I
is.
would one day require an army of overzealous Tenakth to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be extreme. And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means to remove your interference from the equation at the Hades Proving Lab.
Why create the Sons of Prometheus? You didn't need a Sarah to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades in the Eclipse demonstrated the risks of getting directly involved. Through the Sons of Prometheus, I could execute my plans, all while remaining anonymous.
Except to a Sarah. How did you get a Sarah to work for you?
I knew there was an associate of the Oseram tinker, Dervahl, who escaped his failed assault on Meridian. It was trivial to track her down and gain her cooperation. She wanted to succeed where Dervahl had failed.
So you promised her Regalla, and the Tenakth. The Sarah would help you create a machine-riding army that wanted to see Meridian burn as much as she did.
And so a partnership was born out of thirst for blood, bonded in mutual self-interest.
You think you had everything figured out, huh?
I did.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zeniths at the Hades Proving Lab. They almost killed me.
Based on everything I knew about them, I concluded they would find you a useful asset, thereby keeping you out of harm's way and, more importantly, out of my way.
Yeah.
So you really didn't know they had their
Sorry,
own
guys.
clone of Elizabeth?
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have known that particular detail.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today.
Like all the side stuff, I can get back to it later. But all those conversations right before the end of the game, I don't think you can listen to later. So it wouldn't make sense to play 80 hours and then skip the little ramp up at
Tell
the
me about
end.
the weapon. How does it work?
I've upgraded the delivery
Well,
system.
settle in,
Now it makes
folks.
a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes, even you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work. The intricacies of how is knowledge that is mine alone.
Why help Regalla take over? If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hekarro.
Before Regalla's rebellion, Hekarro was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with Akarja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easier.
Yes, exceedingly so. All Regalla craved was war against the Karja and anyone who threatens the Tenakth. She would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
While I was out there, I had a couple run-ins with the Quen.
The tribe from across the ocean. And?
Their entire tribe was shaped around the discovery of focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
No. They stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, creating a pantheon out of corporate shills.
Yes, well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
So those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned. On one of them I teamed up with their expedition to search Thebes. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
All right, Silence. I think I've talked to you long enough. I'll let you know when it's time to go. And try not to mess with Tilda while you're in here, okay? I don't need the two of you butting heads.
Ah, yes. About your Zenith ally. I wonder if you understand what kind of person you're dealing with. For someone to live as long as she has, outlast as many calamities, well, your goals may be aligned now, but I'd watch for the moment they diverge.
Yeah, I'm aware. Reminds me of someone else I know.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this, just call it a feeling.
Oh, a feeling? You mean you finally had one?
Got a feeling
Guess even you can change,
inside my
Silence.
bones.
I'll be gentle with you, I promise.
Good.
Aloy, aren't we meeting at the beach near the Zenith base?
We are. I just wanted to check in on everyone first.
But then
Before I
Aloy, you
went
don't
indoors.
like him, get a room.
Never thought I'd be off on a mission to take down a bunch of immortals.
Who?
From the stars. I can hear the drinking songs already. By the way, we should probably discuss the Sons of Prometheus. You know, since we've...
Silence or errand?
If you have time, obviously.
Varl made the right call. You know, bringing you here.
Thanks. Yeah, Varl. You know, I never knew he had a sister. I found out a few days before you guys went to Gemini.
I think so.
Well, to be honest, I was terrified I'd screw up the mission somehow. So he sat me down for a drink. Just one, mind you. And we talked about family. Vala, Ursa, loss and revenge.
I think she likes him.
How you helped us.
You know, we never did get that drink you promised back in the Embrace. And you never told me exactly how your sister escaped the Mad Sun King.
Yeah, let's
Guess we
get
never
drunk
got around to
before saving the world.
World ending and all. No time like the present, though. If you're up for it.
You think it's time for us to finally have that drink?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. Oh.
Why does this have to be so awkward?
So, how did Ursa escape Mad Sun King Dron's palace?
Well, first she had to survive the Sun Ring. See, during the war, the Karja threw a prisoner a day in there. And, you know, for what? To die as sacrifices, fighting machines in a pit. Thinking somehow that was gonna appease all the other deranged machines in the world? Ha! And when it was Ursa's turn, the Karja thought she'd go down if they threw a big machine at her.
Oh, but she didn't.
As she defeated all of them. Even got some of Jiran's kestrels for good measure. And the mad Sun King was impressed, I guess. Thought it'd be funny to have her run around his palace as a servant. He enjoyed humiliating her that way.
I remember you telling me something about that. That's how she met Avad. He helped her escape.
Yeah, but
No, she's been backstabbed by him a
no
lot.
Karja scroll will ever tell you is how the young prince snuck Ursa out of the palace. He knew their best chance was to get Ursa to blend in, so he got her everything she needed to disguise herself as a Karja noblewoman. Perfumes, veils, and all.
I get the feeling she wasn't too happy with that.
Oh man, Ursa would have rather fought her way out of that palace with her bare hands than put on all of that Karja eye paint. But Avad insisted it was the only way, so she agreed under one condition. Avad had to dress up as well.
She made Avad dress up like a noblewoman?
As perfumed and powdered as a babe. Ursa said he looked better like that than he ever did in a crown.
You're
That
funny,
would,
Epic.
Definitely make for an interesting sight.
Oh, it worked like a charm, too. Not only did they make it out of the palace, they paid a traveling merchant to get Ursa to the border, and none were the wiser.
You were right. That was a story best told over a drink.
All good stories are.
You, talked to Tilda at all?
I tried. I don't think even a hot forge could melt that ice. And you say she wants to help?
I think so. Well, let's hope. Doesn't look like any of our guests are making trouble.
Yet. So,
Alright guys, I'll just get a refill of coffee. Bit tired. I mean, if it were me and she was talking down to me like that, I'd be like, well, okay. I'll just take my cool gadget you need and head off then. Yep. Yeah. But he's doing it for the greater good. He can take it. all right, I'm back. Thank you for your patience, even if yeah, he shouldn't need to, though. If she needs him, she shouldn't assume he's gonna betray her again. If she's got him to come to him, if she went to him, sure, but he came to her when she asked. He didn't need to. Even if it was a light jab every now and then, it'd be better, but every single thing he says she has to snap back at. I'm sorry, man. I know that's the part in Horizon Zero Dawn you didn't like, and she's like that with him. She's not condescending to everybody anymore, at least.
Catalo tells
Yeah.
me you flew. Well, that's new. I've been busting my balls trying to learn to read. You're out there having all the fun.
Don't worry. You'll be getting all the fun you can handle soon. With the Zeniths.
Looking forward to it.
If that one's not working right, you can have one of my spare focuses, you know.
Ah, little bugger's got some personality, that's all. Saved my butt with those Spectras. Wouldn't feel right to leave it behind now. You know, besides, it goes with my outfit.
Wouldn't want to spoil your look. I guess Silence is keeping to himself, as usual.
I was hoping he'd give me an excuse to hammer his sorry ass to the ground.
Please don't.
You telling me you wouldn't want to get just one good hit on that smug face of his? After everything he's done?
Sure. Later. Right now, he's got something we need. Do you think Zoe will be okay?
I don't think anyone's ever okay after losing the one they love. I can't tell you she's handling it better than I ever did. That keeps the rest of us level-headed.
I guess I should get going.
I'll see you at the rendezvous point, with my hammer ready.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Aloy, we're ready to meet you at the rendezvous point whenever you call.
Fighting the Zeniths isn't going to be easy.
Nothing you do ever is. At least, now you don't have to do it alone.
Thanks. Have you talked to any of our new friends?
Erend and I tried speaking to Silence, but apparently our tribal prattle is unnecessary.
Charming, isn't he? How's Aaron doing?
For a moment there, he thought he'd lost both you and Varl. But he never truly succumbed to despair. Guess that Oseram's stubbornness comes in handy sometimes.
You and Aaron seem to be on better terms now.
He may have terrible taste in music, but he did apologize for mocking my tribe. And that ale he keeps raving about isn't half bad. I still plan on beating that stubborn face of his to break our sparring stalemate.
Try not to hurt him too bad. Everyone here, training, working together. If it weren't for Varl, none of it would have happened.
You know, there was this one night, right before Varl left with you to go to Gemini. He realized I was having trouble sleeping. I was nervous about the mission. To be honest, I think we both were. So, he asked me to join him in Gaia's dome. He brought up this hologram of Earth that you two found back in the Zenith launch facility. We sat there, just looking at it. I thought about how Plainsong was just a speck on that great sphere. How every corner of it must be teeming with life. and any fears I had about our mission were gone. I miss him terribly.
I know. Ready to head over to the Zenith base?
Whatever comes, we will endure.
Thoughts on our new Zenith acquaintance?
I'd say she smells like death, but even death smells of something. She's more like a cold piece of metal, bent on repelling all semblance of life.
She's definitely different.
He's the Starscream of Horizons, treacherous, self-serving, and downright disloyal, but an interesting character in a game of carbon copies and blank slates.
I should go. I'll let you know when I'm ready to head to the base.
Before you do, there is one favor.
Like I agree with you, and I find it unfortunate. I'm sure other people really feel differently, but unfortunately, as much as I love this game, like the combat is probably one of my favorites in all games, and the overarching sci-fi story in Horizon 1 and 2 and what happened and all of that is super interesting. I really dig like the overarching story, but the characters themselves, the character development and how interesting or how attached to the characters you are is not that high. Like I much prefer like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Days Gone. Days Gone, I miss them. I haven't played in a while, but the interaction and the writing was better. I agree.
I would ask of you.
What is it?
You placed this focus in my care, and gave me the highest calling an Utaru has ever known. If I should fall in battle, I'd like you to be the one to bury my seed pouch. For the both of us.
So...
make sure you stay alive to do so.
Okay. Let's just try to all come back home. Okay? You nervous?
I'd be lying if I said I'm not slightly apprehensive.
The plan will work if we all focus on our assignments.
Right.
I guess that's one of the downside of a lot of the lore being in those wheels like that. Like I'd much prefer just sitting back and watching cutscenes that go well together with all characters interacting and this is happening and everything. I feel like this really breaks the momentum of the game because you're action, and then you go at your own rhythm talking to 10 different people, and this is like the 10th time this happens.
Are you okay?
So it gets tiring.
I was wondering.
Like, I mean, you literally played a game that the progression was going through like 4 or 5 villages and helped save them from the issue each village faced and made friends with all of them. They made you play the same story back to back.
Is it really safe having someone like Regala here? She seems angry. The kind of angry that leads to murdering people in their sleep.
Don't worry. We're going to point that anger in the right direction. The Zeniths.
If you say so.
Like, I want to listen to what they say, but when we get to a section like that where I need to talk to 10 characters for 10 minutes each, am I like, yay, more lore? I'm like, ugh. Again.
Hope our new guests have been behaving.
So that's not a good sign.
The Silence. He's the one who built the weapon that can take down Zenith shields?
He is. Though I wouldn't expect him to answer any questions about it. He refuses to dole out his secrets to us lesser mortals.
Oh.
You know that special part of us that makes us warm, kind, welcoming?
Our spirit?
Yeah. He was born without that.
Which is a shame. Be cool if each place had their own outcome, but you left each of them as a hero and respected, or their new leader, you know, as a hero and respected. Yep.
How are you holding up?
Varl's loss is heavy on everyone's mind. I didn't know him well, but I can see how much he meant to the others. Zoe and
I'll come back
Eris
anytime. You're our
didn't
new
do it the
champion.
hardest,
Cool, okay.
But I don't quite know what to say to them.
They need time to sort through it.
And what about you? Will time heal your wounds?
I don't know. I try not to think about it. We won't let the Zeniths get away with what they've done.
Everyone's ready to take the fight to the enemy.
And you?
Nervous? But I'm ready too.
Don't worry. We'll get through this together. I want you to know I'm glad you're with us, Alva.
I wish there was a
I'm grateful that the legacy
2x speed option.
I never thought I'd get to actually meet an ancestor.
Come on, do I look that old? Katala will protect you inside the Zenith base.
I'm not afraid. I know Katala will fulfill his duty, as will I. If we die doing so, at least it'll be alongside a friend.
I'd rather you both stay alive, if you don't mind.
We'll try and keep that in mind.
So, all of the tribes here are new to you?
Yes, I've been studying up on them. The most fascinating one thus far has been the Tanacht, an entire culture based on the holograms of an ancient museum. There's much they've misinterpreted, not unlike the Quen. But still, there's a nobility to what they've become. They're honorable and fearless.
And deadly. Once all this is over, will you go back across the ocean?
I don't know. The more I think about it, the more worried I become. If I go back, I don't even know if they'd let me keep this focus you gave me, or what they'd do to me for reading what is clearly forbidden data. Even if I somehow were allowed to carry on my duties as a diviner, would I be willing to let the truths I've learned about the ancestors be buried away by the Board of Overseers? Would I dare challenge them and risk my family's safety? Or losing Federa?
Who's this Federa you mentioned?
She is another diviner. One of our best. We used to be rivals at the academy. I hated her guts. But apparently there's a fine line between hate and love. We became very close, and then I was assigned to the expedition. She promised she'd wait for me, no matter how long it took.
Well, that was smart of her. She won't do any better.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I do. I suppose you saw that Tilda is here. Our very own Zenith.
Alva's in
I
love.
almost went up to her to ask her, well, every question I've ever had about the legacy. Every diviner I know would kill to get 5 minutes with one of the old ones. But now that she's here, all I feel is a vague unease. I don't know if I'm scared of finding out more uncomfortable truths, or just scared of her. Probably both.
The rest of us should be enough of a distraction to the Zeniths for you to hack into their network undetected. But you'll have to be quick, in case they do.
What exactly do you expect me to find, Aloy?
I don't know. The truth, if we're lucky. I need to get going.
I'll be at the rendezvous point. May truth lead us to victory.
Actually, Epic, I think Aloy likes Eren, but also I think she likes the Sun King Avad, right? She's got options.
There you are. Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon. You're truly a shining example of Liz's fortitude.
I've been thinking about what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
Okay, so... what happened?
I was an orphan. I
We
had
know
always
that.
been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And then I met Liz. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I filled a void for her. I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less when I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So helping me, restoring Elizabeth's dream, it's what,
A second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths. That you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud of it. But complicity became a means of survival, both when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others, to try to undo what damage I could. Hence the data channel with Beta. The secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
Why did you make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me, but for the art stored in its depths. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of.
Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her. I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab after Farzineth's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me. I've always hated that those were the last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Far Zenith, not who I truly am.
What else can we expect to find in the Zenith base?
As I mentioned in the briefing, our goal will be the command center. That's where Beta and Gaia are being held. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle take off from the island, heading for space.
It was likely ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
So, Eric. Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company. A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets. On occasion, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
All of his tribe believes he was one of the greatest people from the old world.
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him, though I'm sure he'd bask in the adoration.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows, gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth?
No, he perished. when our colony was destroyed. He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths. Verbena. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations. Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
What? Like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth. Titans of their industries.
And let me guess. All selfish and ruthless to the core?
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have
Self-hollows.
accomplished more. We had eternity.
Okay. I'll let you know when it's time.
I'll be here until then. And thank you, Aloy, for giving me this chance. My past has always been a struggle. More than once I've lost everything. But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will.
Alright, alright, alright.
You know,
I see another
I've never played machines.
another
These rebel
bubble.
holdouts don't give up easily.
I see you've got your new arm ready to go.
Yes. It still feels strange. I've gotten used to the absence.
Self is
But no
enough.
matter.
Don't try and futurize a
I'm
term
sure I
that's
will
already
live before the
understood
attack
as
on
the
the Zenith
standard.
base is through.
Self hollows.
Haven't seen you since the battle at the Grove.
So is Kotalo the last one with
I
the?
saw you fly
I don't
on
know
the
if
wings
we'll.
of the Ten.
I don't think we can talk to
Paralyze Regala's army with lightning.
Gaia.
I'd say that I am inspired.
Thank you.
If I take my head back, you
It
can
is
kind
I
of see the green
who should be
screen
thanking you.
because it's messing with the light.
All that remains is to follow you to the end. Whatever that will be.
It's like saying
Love
Holo
having you on our
Zoom,
side.
Holo Skype.
Oh, and by the way, I was
Just
hoping
Skype.
now would be a good time to go back to the Tremortusk site and test my new arm before we
Agreed.
leave on our mission.
Right. I'll let you know when I can make my way there.
Thank you.
Look, I know you're probably not happy about keeping Regala around, but I want her on our side when we fight the Zeniths.
It is more than she deserves.
I guess Regala's in the base too.
I will not question your judgment.
Thank you, Kotalo.
Thank you.
We didn't really get to talk about what happened at Gemini.
There was nothing more to say. If he were to Nocth, Varl's bravery would have earned him sacred burial at the Grove, among the most distinguished of our tribe's warriors. His deeds were worthy of the Ten. When the fight is done, I will have the Inkers etch his memory on my skin, so that it may live on.
I'm sure he'd be honored. Things will get ugly once the Zeniths realize we're in their base. You'll need every trick you've ever learned.
I would have it no other way. Many soldiers died in the old world to make sure we stood here today. We will endure on their behalf. Though, I am curious how you intend to defeat the Zenith's defenses without an army of our own.
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're ready to fight.
As you say. You have more than earned my trust.
Now that training time is over, what's on your mind?
The Bulwark, the Kulrut, and how we need another miracle if we're to survive the Zenith base.
I'll try not to let you down.
I know you will not.
He's one of my favorite characters.
Did you meet Tilda?
There is something about her that doesn't seem natural. I wouldn't be surprised if my sword went through her and she didn't bleed at all.
Honestly, with her, nothing would surprise me. Your people keep mentioning the wings of the Ten. What exactly does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess.
Holo Trust. Has she earned your space trust? Who's Holo Trust?
It is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. And now, you have done it. Like the deeds of the Ten themselves, it will never be forgotten. So, tell me, how did it feel?
I won't lie. Pretty good.
I can only imagine.
It's like the futuristic version of trust. Yeah. I really like how I feel he's got the best character development of all of them. He had an evolution, a real development. He was super bitter about everything. He did not like us at all, and now like he would do anything for us, and you can kind of still see in his face that he's got like huge
I'll see you soon then.
Huge pain,
My honor.
but also bits of happiness and super dedicated. I feel like he's got the best acting and writing. So,
Before I forget.
is there anybody else? I feel like there's Regala. Can we talk to Regala? Is she home? Talk to your companions is not checked yet, so she must be somewhere. Maybe downstairs.
This place smells wrong. No sand or wind, only cold steel. And the others up there.
Charles Gray?
Squad.
They can hold their own. As for this base,
I think you're thinking of the other girl.
but it is a shelter.
Call it what it is. A cage.
I was
You
talking
came
about
here
her.
on your own.
For the battle you promised. So for now I wait in my cage for your word. Tell me when to strike.
Yeah, the other one, yeah. I forget her name, sorry.
The whole time I've been in the West, I've been fighting you and your rebels. I'd at least like to know why.
You were among the enemy. What more is there to know?
Why did you do it?
Dorak, Jiroka, Makalo, and the Karja pushed into the desert to raid our people. My brother's squad was among the first to intercept them. But the Karja
She's a
captured
cool
them,
villain.
strung them up, and burned them alive as an example. It was too late. I found them.
Like the art design is
Silent
good.
Their screams.
So you wanted vengeance.
Vengeance. No.
Devastation.
I wanted devastation. To tear down the Karja's cities and drown the land in blood. Hunt down every last survivor and grind their bones until the sky chokes on the dust. But my chief betrayed me. Betrayed the Tanakh.
How did Hikaru betray you?
Hikaru called on the clans to resist the Karja's red raids. But we did more than just defend. We hunted them, and they fled as children before a pack of claw striders all the way to their border. There we ripped down their stone walls. Their domain was ours for the taking. But when it came time to push on, Hikaru ordered us to fall back. What soldier retreats when slaughter is at hand?
The kind who wants peace for their people.
Peace is just a lull between vendettas. But I thought my chief had greater tactics in mind, so I stood by him, even when he allowed that filthy Karja to join our ranks.
Fashav.
I enjoyed watching him die at the embassy. He should have been put down when we first captured him on the field. Instead, Hikaru made him a marshal.
Fashav told me how he became a marshal. He earned it just like any Tanakh.
It was an insult. No Outlander can ever deserve to wear our armor, bear our marks. And then a Karja messenger was brought before us? That's when I knew. I had to run my blade through Hikaru and drag his treacherous corpse to the gates of the Sundom.
What happened when the Karja messenger appeared before Hikaru?
The quivering priests bore a message from their new king. No more war. No more raids. Suddenly the Karja wanted to talk peace. An embassy at the very fortress we tore down. A true Tanakh would never take a Karja truce. Their blood exists to be spilled. But Hikaru lapped up the priest's message. He showed himself a Karja-loving traitor when he accepted. That's when I challenged him.
And lost.
His mercy was just another sign of his weakness. I vowed never to rest until the debt was repaid, with him on his knees before me. So with an army of soldiers and machines at my back, I returned. The day you got in my way.
The deal you made. Override tech in exchange for an assault on the Zenith base. How did Silence approach you?
That name means nothing to me. My agreement was with the Asarama Sera and her sons of Prometheus.
So all this time, you didn't even know who you were really dealing with? And you trusted an Outlander?
If it was a trick, I would have crushed her. But she spoke with the same burning hatred for the Karja. And she offered me the chance to run them down with machines. The terror in your enemy's eyes when they see you charge. You know what I'm talking about. I bet you felt it.
I don't think so. What about your end of the deal? Would you have honored it?
Had I killed Hikaru and become chief, these Zeniths would have been the first of the tribe's victories. But because of you, my people will continue to consort with the enemy. A tribe of weaklings.
Because of me, hundreds of Tenakth won't throw away their lives in a battle they can't win. Are you really going to fight alongside me?
I have no reason to betray you.
Really?
I failed to kill Hakaro? Failed to eliminate you? No Tenakth would follow me now. The Karja remain out of my reach, cowering behind their walls. All I have left are the screams of those long dead and unending rage. So show me where to bury it.
Very nice catching
All right.
up.
I guess we'll both face the end soon enough.
Ever since you got in my way, I've wanted to see your bones burned white beneath the sun. But if I'm to die in battle, then it might as well be with the one who flew with the wings of the 10.
I'll let you know when it's time to move out.
Talk to your companions. Go to the rendezvous point. Sweet Sarugala, but it was preordained by the game designer to have you lose. There's no way you could have won. Alright. So, I'm gonna go there. There's no fire. Oh, actually, it's just because toggle all. Thank you. Oops. Cool. Can I override these guys? I'm supposed to override a lot of them. I never really do. So it could be good. Yes. Cool. Now, what would have been interesting game design is if they made both outcome, whether you won or lost. If you lost, she'd take over as chief of the tribe and wipe out the others, and doesn't help you at the end. Yeah, good idea. So, wouldn't want them to work too hard on the story though. They had too many trees to plant. Types to build. Let's grab some blueberries. Make sure we're ready for the big mission. I think it's the last one. Ooh, that's pretty too. I love the water and the beach. Alright, so I'll stop at the rendezvous point and hopefully beat the game on
Rendezvous point.
Monday. Remember to scan everything you haven't seen yet. Allô? Ok, fais juste dire allô à mes amis. Viens, bon.
Hello.
Alright, so I have a big day ahead of me. So I will... Oui, vas-y, j'arrive. I'll actually do a... I guess I need to call companions. I'll do a manual save Monday. But yeah, I do need to scan everything on Monday. Hopefully I won't miss. It's a Spectre Prime that I need to get. I will wish you a very, very nice day. Thank you so much. Particularly epic. And it's been cool catching up with you. Missed you for the last 2 days. Yeah, she's calling me. I gotta go. Have an amazing day. Peace, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.